All right, Bastion has entered the contest. Let's discuss. Yeah, so Bastion comes into the contest with Pursuit, Passive, Disintegration, Virus Charges, and Techno Mechanic Infection. Kind of reminds you of Warlock, right? But we'll get into that. Let's first discuss his combo. What is Bastion's combo like? Well, when I was playing him, I thought it was really fluent. It wasn't clunky at all. He was relatively easy to play. His animations, again, the art team for Kabam just doesn't miss. They knocked it out of the park yet again. And overall, I just had a good time playing this guy. Like, I really do like him. He doesn't remind me of any champion. I feel like he's his own unique champion with his own unique abilities, and he does bring some new things to the contest, which I do like. And yeah, I had an overall good time playing this guy. Like, there was no clunkiness about him, even though I already said that. And I just can't speak enough about how easy he was to play. There was no tricky ramp up or anything, but we'll get into that. What are his strengths? Well, one of his strengths is his disintegration damage. He does a lot of damage with his disintegrations, and they're so easy to apply. There's no trick to applying them, and he does them on his SP1 and his SP2. And boy, when they stack up and burst, crazy. Also, his regeneration. He has two ways to regenerate. He got the self repair and then his regeneration. And the way he does it, it's really easy to do, and it's like requires no difficulty or trickery about it. It's really easy to do. Like right here, if you when Havoc throws his special, when he goes unblockable, instant regeneration. I love it. Absolutely love it. I love that utility. Another one of his strengths is he has mutant oriented utility. So he is a direct counter to damn near every mutant in the game. And the mutant class, that's going to be hurting in Battlegrounds offensively anyway, but we'll get into that. What are his weaknesses? Well, some of his weaknesses, well, one of his weaknesses is frequent, powerful specials. Like someone who's throwing that special multiple times, like Hyperion or Cosmic Ghost Rider right here, is going to shut this guy down. They're going to shut him down easily. And also champions that have unique buffs. So Venom, he has a bunch of unique buffs in his kit. And again, Bastion doesn't really do well against champions who have unique buffs. So that's another way to shut him down. So basically, a lot of the Cosmic class will easily counter him. And also, he's your typical robot champion, and if you put an armor shatter on him, you're basically going to shut him down. Easily shut him down. And as you can see, he's not going to gain any power, and yeah, he's pretty much toast from here. So, and remember, it has to be unique buffs. It can't be buffs of the same type. They have to be different buffs. He doesn't really have any immunities, but he does have some resistances, i.e. he has a bleed resistance, and he's just going to regen from that. And another one of his resistances is poison. He is very resistant to poison. And yeah, he's gonna regenerate from that. But other than that, he doesn't really have any other resistance or immunity. So you're gonna have to learn to work your way around that. Now, what is his awaken ability? Now, I'm gonna read it to you. His awaken ability: Bastion offensive ability accuracy and defensive ability accuracy reduction is expanded to affected non-personal effects. Against mutants, whenever the opponent gains a regeneration or prowess effect of all Bastion's personal abilities are paused for 1.2 seconds. And his personal fury potency increased by 30%. So I'm going to say, in my opinion, I think he's fine at like low sig. I don't think he really needs to be high sig. I mean, I'm not going to say he doesn't need to be awakened. I mean, because, you know, his offensive ability accuracy and his defensive ability accuracy reduction is expanded. But I don't think I would use a generic awakening gem on him. Maybe a tech awakening gem, but if I were to use a tech awakening gem on him, I wouldn't put generic 6 stones into him, and I wouldn't put any tech 6 stones into him either. I would save them from a champion that really needs him. I just basically would awaken him. His prestige is 27,340, so not bad prestige in my opinion. But yeah, his awaken ability, it's okay. I think he does need to be awakened. I don't think he needs to be high sig though. On defense, now defensively, I would say he's kind of an easy counter. Like right here, I'm using Magneto, who is a mutant champion, and Magneto counters him because he's tagged as metal. And he's going to shut down Bastion easily, and we're just going to be able to do max damage. I didn't think he was a difficult defender, and I don't think he's going to be a difficult defender in Battlegrounds. Like his special 1 may be a little bit difficult to evade and counter, but I would just push him to his SP2. His SP2 to me was not that bad to counter. I think because he regens, you know, Void's going to be a really good counter for him, you know, to stop that regen and possibly even reverse it. But other than that, I didn't think he was a really good defender in my opinion. I thought his defensive abilities were kind of lackluster. I feel like no one's going to use him defensively anyway. I think he's just going to be an offensive option, but I feel like depending on the circumstance, he could maybe get you some wins on the defensive end, but I don't think it's going to be consistent, especially when people understand his mechanics and how he works. But as you can see here, Hercules counters him easily. You know, basically any cosmic champion is going to shut this guy down. Like I don't think he's going to be a problem for any cosmic champions. I think Medusa, Cosmic Ghost Rider, Venom, all of them are going to shut him down relatively easy. But you know, that's just my opinion. Leave a comment below if you think otherwise. Now, stat focus. One of the stat focus I would recommend for him is special damage, and if he's a defender, I will do block penetration, because you know he's not going to be a scary defender, but you know his SP1 can't be dodged easily and can put a dent in the opponent, because you know he's going to do a lot of block damage. And then offensively, you know, a lot of his damage is done through his special attacks, which need to be, you know, kind of critical. So well, it's done through his specials, but it does need to be critical. Excuse me, I misspoke there. Relic. And the relic I'll recommend for him is the Sentinel Relic, because, you know, due to his kits, he benefits from the Sentinel Relic specifically equipped. It's highly recommended that you equip it for superior disintegration damage. So, you know, you're going to increase his disintegration damage if you equip the Sentinel Relic, which I would do. But, you know, again, that's just my opinion. Now, the Masteries I'll recommend for him would be Liquid Courage and Double Edge. So he's going to be good for the damage Masteries, because, you know, he can heal from the recoil damage, and he has a resistance to bleed and a resistance to poison. And also I recommend the Collar Tech Mastery, which this helps with his power reroute ability, and he can increase his combat power reroute from the opponent to Bastion. So he's going to be able to gain power using the Collar Tech Mastery. I don't think many people have it unlocked. I know I sure don't have it unlocked, but I do want to get Bastion, and I do want to use him to his maximum ability. So I'm probably going to unlock that that Mastery and try to max it out and use it for a Bastion. But let's talk about my overall thoughts on him. What are my overall thoughts on Bastion? Well, Bastion, I like him. I do like him. I think he does have pros and cons, and let's discuss those pros and cons. One of his pros is he's fine at low sig. He has 2 ways to regenerate. He has great damage, and he has great utility. Now, his cons are he doesn't really have any immunities. And I know you're going to say he has resistances. Those aren't immunities. Those are resistances. And even though he's 100% immune to poison and bleed, I'm thinking a champion like Archangel can probably still, you know, maybe do some damage against him. Maybe. I haven't tested it, but I'm pretty sure someone will. He's also kind of a weak defender, because any cosmic champion is going to destroy him. And one of his cons, I would say, is this mutant-oriented utility. Like, don't get me wrong, he counters a lot of mutants, but a mutant is only one class in this game. There are like 5 other classes that we got to worry about here, and we all know he's not going to be good against the cosmic classes. So there's going to be only 4 other classes that, you know, he might be okay for, depending on the champ. And he's kind of AI dependent, especially with his nanotech charges, or his virus charges, excuse me. And I will say, I think his pros again outweigh his cons. He's just a fun champion, and I still do want him as a champion on my roster. And if I were to pull him, I probably would take him to rank 3, possibly even rank 4 if I got like a 3 to 4 tech gem. If Kabam ever gives them to us. I think they will though. And yeah, I do like him. I think he's a really well-designed champ. I wish he could do more than just count the mutant class, but you know, I'm pretty sure there are other champions out there that can help him out if I get into a bind with Bastion. But overall, I think this dude's a solid champion. I think he's gonna go pretty far in the contest, and I think Kabam again has knocked it out the park with this tech champion. So overall, I do like him. I think he's gonna definitely do a lot on offensively on Battlegrounds. Defensively, he might struggle a little bit, but you know, that's just my opinion. Leave a comment below if you think otherwise. But if you did like this video, please hit that like button. And for anyone new here, if you can hit that sub button, I'll greatly appreciate it. Y'all take care. Have a great and wonderful day.